Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel today. Today I'm not going to give you any tips. I'm not going to do any one thing versus another. I'm going to tell you about myself. I went to work. I was scared. I really developed a doubt in myself. I've never feared wearing my hearing aids until I was employed. When I got a job, they scared me. In fact, the first time that I lost the job, I thought, and I just knew that it was because of me. That's what I'm going to share with you guys today. I hope you'll stick around. Welcome back. Today I'm just kind of getting a little personal and telling you guys about my walk and the most challenging and fearful times in my life that came with wearing a hearing aid. As anybody would know, when people see certain objects in your ear, they make these assumptions or they're judgmental. Or when I wear it in my ear, I know that I'm going to be subject to something. I might go through mistreatment. I might go through discrimination. And I did. And it's really a part of my life that I don't like to talk about a lot because it saddens me. If I could look back and do it right now again, I would choose some things differently. I didn't take up for myself. And I'm going to tell you guys what happened. I actually worked as a teacher in a public charter school in my area for a while. And my hearing loss was not sharp enough. My hearing levels were not sharp enough to always hear the student. I told my principal about this. She didn't do anything about it for 2 years. I kept going back to work and I would cry myself to sleep at night, and I would get up and I would start going into my class. Who wants to be a teacher and you can't hear the kid? That's not even the worst of it. I was teaching pre-K. I had a child pee on himself because I didn't hear him ask to get up, and he was so shy that he didn't ask. And we would do a morning meeting among pre-K or kindergarten or first graders, and I didn't hear what they shared in order to give them a really heart-to-heart. Hey, Benny, you did good today. Yes, Shauna, that's what you want to do. Hearing, it really does affect how we live our every day. And in my childhood, I didn't have any of these issues. My parents protected me. My sisters protected me. I was so strong and ready for the world. But when I became employed as a teacher, I really developed a doubt in myself. I really started to doubt myself. In fact, when I lost my first job, I felt like I deserved it for some reason. And there were actually cliques at the job. Can you believe that? You know, people actually were determined not to talk to me because I was hearing impaired. Wow. Even crazier is that one of these teachers later became one of my best friends when he got to know me. But yeah, it was horrifying to go to work and not hear people, to sit in staff meeting and not hear all of the announcements, or to have to touch your coworker and say, where did they ask us to go next? What are we doing next? And you work in these places and people don't really think for your hearing loss. They just want you to do the best that you can do. They don't really take into context how it affects you. Even now, still, it's something that just stops me. It just, how do I deal with that? So how I dealt with that was I had to, within myself, look at what I wanted to accomplish with my life. My biggest desire in my life has always been to write a book. And so when I started to write a book, I started to just identify with what I was going through And I started to say it more on paper, so I spoke it. I spoke what I needed. I wasn't so shy about it. I had researched to see that there were people out there that could help me. And we tend to think that because we went through something that made it our fault, or because people don't know how to act, that makes it our fault. It doesn't make it our fault. I think a lot of times I share tips and I share strategies, but my walk has been real. Even today, when I'm in the predicament that I have to job search, I bypass so many positions because I wonder if they're going to put me through what I have been through, or worse. People have to care. You get what I'm saying? You know, if people don't care, you're going to go through it. And so that's kind of what has been provoked this fear in me. I've never had a fear with the hearing loss. I didn't have a fear in church. I didn't have a fear in college. I didn't have a fear as a cheerleader in high school. But when I went to work, I was scared. I was scared because I knew so much was riding on this. I knew they had the responsibilities laid out for me that they were expecting of me, and I didn't want to mess it up. And in some ways, I did. And I harbored that forever, thinking that it was my fault. And it was not my fault. And the many days that people don't know, I woke up crying. One year came, and I remember January came. And it was time to go back to school. And I cried every morning from January to March. And after that, I said, I have to go to counseling because I am depressed. How happy can I be if I have a room full of babies that love me and I can't hear them? How happy can I be if a child wants to share with me his joy of writing a B or adding numbers or recognizing a shape if I can't hear them? And how happy can I be asking little babies to repeat themselves? I don't want to ask a child to repeat themselves. And so what could have been the solution is just pretty much that teacher moving me to a higher grade level. And that actually happened too when that teacher went on maternity leave because she was pregnant at the time. The interim principal took a walk around the school, and he called me that night and he said, come to my office tomorrow when you clock in. And I said, okay. And I came to his office and he said, I don't know what your answer is going to be, but I want to move you. He said, I'm going to move you up to kindergarten where you can hear the pronunciation of the kids. And my heart dropped. And I was so happy because I had taught kindergarten before. And I knew that kindergartners, if you're a teacher, you know that the pronunciation kind of comes at different times in the child's life. And so kindergartners, they talk louder and they're more excited and they talk with more confidence. So, it comes out more. But, pre-kindergartners say, I really have to use the bathroom. Or they say, when are we eating lunch? When is lunch? And so those kind of, the difference between that and the difference between when are we eating lunch or when are we eating lunch? Just the confidence that you get over just 1 year. And just to think that principal put me through hell just not to move me 1 grade level. And so that eats at me still nowadays. It really does. It makes me scared that other employers will do the same thing to me. And so that's what I wanted to share today. I don't think that I've been really forward bringing and talking about my hearing loss and how it has affected me. I think I come off as courageous and been through it all, and that's not really true, because when you have a hearing disability, somebody's going to act up. Somebody's going to act up, and somebody's going to not treat you right, and you're going to have an experience somewhere where you're not going to like it. Something is going to test your confidence, and something is going to make you hesitate, and you're going to miss something, and people are going to talk about you. There are going to be some immature coworkers on your job site. But how do you deal with that? How you deal with that is you have to know what you like and go for that and ask for it. And then you'll know you're getting out of life what you want. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but you have to know what you like. Are you introvert, extrovert? And that really helps. That's a great place to start. Introvert or extrovert. But once you figure out what I like, then you can start to ask for it, and you won't hesitate and say, well, maybe I didn't want that. No, you say, I wanted that. I was asking what time was happy hour because I wanted to come. I didn't hear what time it was. You know, if you're an extrovert and you like party, then you can say that. But you have to ask for what you want. I still struggle with this thing every day, and it is real. But I think my biggest accomplishment has been my ability to stop and ask for it, even in my relationships. There are times that I just say, this person is taking so much off of me, you know. I'm not even going to ask for what I want. Whatever he wants to get me to eat, that's fine. Whatever he wants to do is fine, because he takes so much off of me. And we can't do that. And we can't do that with jobs either. Well, they're paying me, and I really don't even deserve this job. So whatever they want to do. No. You know, so if there was ever a solution to how to get over that fear of hearing, it's going to be, of not hearing and not having average hearing. How to get over that fear. It's going to be knowing how to ask for what you need. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got some true, authentic love, understanding, care, and experience from that. Because that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to tell you about a time that I was most fearful, and that is when I was working. So you've got to look for work environments for which you can work, you know. Even when I go back to that story, I was looking for them to place me in a better grade level, but I should not have asked for that grade level too, you know. So yes, it fell back on me, but I should not have had to go to work either every day, uncomfortable, crying, and depressed. Because it will do that to you. If you guys have appreciated the video today, you can always hit the subscribe button, and please feel free to comment below. I love to hear from you and understand your problems. Please tell me about a time that you may have faced this as well. The struggle is real with the hearing loss. It's real, and people have to understand that. What we need, and we have to say what we need more than anything, because people aren't mind reading it. So please subscribe. I hope to see you guys on the next video.